Hey guys, okay, so I'm just gonna be on. Oh my gosh, my makeup is all messed up. Sorry about that. It is late. I just want to do this quick live. I've had so many questions coming in about if I should do a membership site. People are asking me a lot of questions, and so I just want to be on here for a few minutes and answer some of those that I've been getting in my messenger. And then to also just really quick answer a couple of things for you. So here's the thing, guys. If you have any questions about, and I'll check this tomorrow too. So if you're seeing this late, let me know and I'll check it tomorrow and see. But basically, if you have been doing paint parties or maybe you have something else and you're thinking about teaching something online, whether it is teaching painting online, whether you have any kind of business, please ask your questions now, okay? Because I'm going to be moving to paint party stuff the rest of the week, and I just wanted to give y'all some time tonight to ask some questions. So here's the deal, guys. The free workshop for Tribe is right now. So if you're curious, if you're like, what is this girl talking about? I don't know what's going on. There is a link in the description that you can go straight to video 2. Now, Stu McLaren only does this once a year. It's called the Free Tribe Workshop, and he has 3 different videos, and he is on video 2 right now. So let me know in the comments if you have seen it yet. If you have seen it, have you watched it yet? It changed my life last year. Totally changed my life. Over 5 years ago, I was teaching paint parties, but I remember distinctly my mother-in-law saying, you better be ready just in case. You better have something else. And I remember just going on this quest, which led me to many business coaches, which led me to, investing thousands of dollars into all kinds of stuff. And that's why I have interviewed people all over the world, including Margaret Keane and Akiana. I mean, I have learned so much. It has been such a great thing. But last year, things have really, really shifted for me. Last year, I came across Stu, and Patty Palmer told me, she said, check out Stu McLaren. So I checked out Stu McLaren. I started binging all of his Marketing Your Business podcast. And then I started watching these free Tribe videos. And so it's totally changed my business. I absolutely love it. So if you're like wondering what this is about, sorry, I keep getting text. I'm on a family group text. Oh my gosh, I keep getting a bunch of them. We have a lot of people in my family. So when we start a group text, it gets crazy. So let me know if you have questions. This is your chance. Okay. So if you want to know what a membership site means, if you want to know any of those things. Now, a lot of the questions I was getting today, I'm just kind of going through. One of the people were asking, they're just really confused about what they should offer. They don't really know, like they have several things they're good at, but they just don't know which one to go with. Here's what I say to that. Okay. So you have to figure out what you can do that's going to help people. So for example, Paint Party Headquarters, which is my membership site, which I love those ladies so, so much. Now, those ladies basically are all over, group text, and they are all over and teaching paint parties all over the world. And so when I was getting ready to start my membership site, I had already, thought, okay, this is what I'm really good at. I can, teach paint parties with my eyes closed. I love it. I love talking about it. I love being at a paint party. Like when I am teaching a paint party, I literally feel like I'm not working. I feel like it feels like therapy. I mean, I can have a zillion things happening in my life, bad health issues. I can have family issues. I can have anything happening. But when I'm at a paint party, all of it goes away. I just have this feeling of peace. Is anybody else out there that teaches paint parties that feels that way? It's crazy. And even, if it's a 10-person party or a 50-person party, I can literally just feel at peace. There's something about it that just makes me feel like I was born for that, right? And so whenever I started, thinking about what I should do for my membership, I mean, that was just the natural thing. It was just like, oh my gosh, this is what I need to do. So every month I provide paint party business owners a monthly tutorial, which we're about to hit the 1-year anniversary. We are opening our doors on Mother's Day. We're going to throw a big birthday party. So I hope you'll be there. I'm so excited. But this, I just could not tell you about it because it happens once a year. Stu McLaren opens, this free workshop only once a year, and it is life-changing. I'm telling you, just that, I don't know, it's just insane. Sorry, lots of family text here going on. I need to see what's going on in a minute. It's just been insane. Not only all of the people that I've met that are now my friends and that we help collaborate, but just having that every month consistency. So it's so cool because now, my paint parties are just almost like bonus money, which I still teach paint parties, 2 to 5 a month still, which I love. And I'll never stop doing that because they're so profitable and it's great money. But there's something about just having that, monthly money coming in that, I can do all these great things with these women and teach them everything I'm learning, like real time, not just, oh, that's something I did 7 years ago, but no, like real time. I go do a paint party and I tell them exactly what is working, what's not working, what they need to change, what they need to do. And then also those women in there, all the things that they're learning, and we're just sharing. We're like this huge group of ladies that, now we have almost 200 women in there, and that's just in just under a year. So I just think what can happen in your business? So somebody was messaging me and saying, I'm really good at this, but I'm also really good at that. Guys, here's the thing. Oh, Emily says, I love how excited you are. Hi, Emily. Yes, I am very excited about this. I get very passionate because I don't just go on a Facebook Live and talk about something unless it's really important. So if you go back to my Facebook Lives, you'll see I really don't just get on here to blab. Like there is a reason and a purpose, and if I am standing behind it, it has been one of the coolest things I've ever experienced. Christine says we're paint party sisters. Yes, we are. We have paint party sisters all over the world. It's so cool. So anyway, she was saying all these different things that she's good at. Here's the thing, I could talk about this, I could talk about that, I could talk about painting acrylic, I could talk about mural art, all of these things, yes, I'm good at and I can do. However, if I try to tell everybody about everything all at once, nobody gets anything, okay? They all get confused and nobody does anything. So what I want you to do is think about the things that you're really good at, that you love so much, but also solves a problem, okay? So you don't want to pick something that, you're good at it, but nobody really needs it, okay? So if you have a question or you have any ideas and you want to know, bounce that off of me. I'm going to be here just a couple of more minutes. So please ask your questions. Another person said, if I start something online, do I have to have this big audience or do I have to have, 10,000 emails? Guys, when I first started, I've been building my email list for over 5 years now. I'm just over 10,000 people on my email list, but I did not start out that way. I started out with 0 emails, just like everybody else. My Facebook page took forever to grow. And then finally I learned strategies and learned how to grow it really fast this past couple of years. So what I'm saying is it does not have to be, you don't have to be this person that has 10,000 people. There's a lady who opened up a membership who only had 400 people on her email list. The coolest thing about this is as you go through this experience, and if you click on the link in the description, you're going to see video number 2 right away. So if you're behind, go to video number 1. They're only about 25 minutes long. And I promise you, it's going to kind of open up your mind to the possibilities, because here's what I like to say. So many people think, oh my gosh, this is it's a market that's saturated. That is BS. We are like the front, we're like on the front of the new land here. Whenever people, if you think about it, the internet has only been around like 23 years or something. I'm probably way misquoting that, but it's not very long, maybe 25 years. There's so much to happen. That the things that are happening right now online, it's $1 billion industry, like billion with a B. And there are 7.5 billion people in the world. So you only need a few people to make a successful membership. Another thing, people say, oh my gosh, I don't know where to start. All of those things. like Stu says, you don't have to get it right. You just have to get it going, right? So any of y'all that are just curious and you're wondering about this, I'm probably not going to go live about this anymore this week because I'm going to shift gears and start talking all about paint party businesses because we are opening up the doors for Paint Party Headquarters on Mother's Day. So I want to be totally prepared for that. But I wanted y'all that are curious to ask questions right now. Also, if you want to click in the description, there is a link that's going to lead you to video number 2. Again, this workshop is only once a year. Once a year. Okay, that's it. The videos are gone. This free workshop is once a year, then the videos are gone. So if you have a gut feeling you are interested at all, guys, it has totally changed the way I do business. Totally. And it's helped with my paint party business as well, which is crazy. So it's helped not only my online business totally shift, where I was selling a course, a boot camp. Let me tell you a little story. Okay, so I was selling this boot camp and it was a paint party boot camp and I had sold it for one price and I had, about 100 women in there. And it was like pulling teeth getting anybody else to sign up. I mean, just pulling teeth. And then I didn't stop. I didn't ever end date the course. So there came this like awkward time where I was like, is this go on until I die or until you die? Like, how long am I supposed to mentor these ladies? And as much as I love these ladies with all of my heart, I mean, if any of y'all have done anything online or ran a free group, I mean, there's still work involved, right? There's still time involved. And time is like the biggest thing for me. I love my time and I want to make sure I'm using my time wisely. So it was so crazy because, I had for almost a year, I'd just kept helping these women and kept helping these women. And I'm thinking, how long? Like they paid one fee. I mean, I never put an end date. When does this end? And finally, after listening to Marketing Your Business podcast and, doing this free workshop, I thought, oh my gosh, I have to put an end date and then move it over to this membership model where I can actually give them something every single month. And, there's time for me to give them a painting tutorial. There's time for me to give them marketing tips. There's time for me to give them social media hacks. There's time for me to answer questions every day. And so it was funny because I was, there were a couple of women that got mad and I just messaged them and I'm like, it's part of learning. Like as you learn to do business, I had sold a course, but I mean, how long are you supposed to give like continued support? I mean, I'd already given continued support for a year for free. I mean, it was my bad, obviously, in the marketing, but women, could not expect for me to forever, 20 years, give them all of my newest information, especially when we're constantly investing. So I don't know about y'all, but I am constantly investing every month money into my education. So that stuff trickles down to people in my Paint Party Headquarters as well. But it was just kind of a funny, weird thing that I did. And I didn't even mean to do it. But I learned. And so then I learned to transition to this model. And so this model, when I first launched, I had 58 members. That was last Mother's Day, not even a year ago. And then I did a couple more launches. And this last launch, my goal was to hit 200 by Mother's Day, the 1-year anniversary coming up in 2 weeks. And I ended up hitting 197. So of course my goal has upped a little bit for this next thing. But anyway, the reason I say all this is because if you're watching and you're like, yeah, this online thing is, I'm kind of thinking about this. Guys, there is nobody better to teach you than Stu McLaren. I am telling you right now. And I don't throw out a lot of people's names like that. Just, like go to this person. I don't do that very often. But when I really believe in something and know it's totally changed my life, and those of you in Paint Party Headquarters, you've been with me, you've seen the changes that's happened. I just want y'all to learn from him. So if you're one of those people thinking of something online, then you've got to see this free workshop while it's still there. Again, in the description, I want you to click on the link. And also there's things in there, in addition to people who don't have an email list, people who are just getting started. The thing is, guys, you can, spin your wheels. Like I remember last year, my husband was like, Heidi, you have invested a lot of money. I just don't know if you should do this. And I said, okay, it was a Friday. I remember this so clear. It was a Friday. And he said, I just don't know if you should do this. And I said, okay, if I can get the money together by Monday, then, Christina says, I've seen since the boot camp days. Yes, Christina has been along for the ride. She's been here the whole time. There's a lot of y'all that have been here the whole time. But it was funny because my husband, he goes, usually he's like I love my husband so much. We've been married 22 years. We've been together like 25 years. And we have how old is she? 12-year-old daughter. I'm like, how old? She's about to be 13. And I remember, telling him like, okay, this, workshop's coming up, and then, the course was coming up, and I wanted to take the course. And he's like, Heidi, you have invested so much money. I just don't know. I've seen like success here, success there online, but not like, really big success until Tribe. And so, I'd make like several thousand in a week, or, it would just come and go, but it was never consistent. And my husband said, he's like, Heidi, I just don't know. And I was like foaming at the mouth. I was like, you don't understand. Like, this is going to change my business. Like, I know it is. I know it in my gut. I know this is happening. This is what's going to change my business. And Patty Palmer said for me to do it. So if she said to do it, I need to do it. And if you don't know Patty Palmer, she has Deep Space Sparkle, over 6,000 members, and she's just unreal. And she's amazing. I was following her when she first started blogging, and she was helping me with all my art lessons. Just an amazing lady. And so my husband's like, I just don't know. And I said, okay, let me do a deal. If I can get the money together before Monday, we know it's God's way. Like, God's got a path for me, and he wants me to do it. So I had a couple things happen that weekend, ended up with the money, paid for it, and we were good to go. And then I pretended like I was a college student. I stayed up late, I got up early, and I was literally implementing Paint Party Headquarters, which I had done. For those of you that you probably never even heard, I had tried a paint vault, paintvault.com or paintvault.net, I think it was. I spent all this time building my own website. I mean, it was a complete bomb, total failure. There's probably about 15 other things in between there that were total failures that you don't even know that's happened, because that's the thing, guys. People, like, we worry so much about what people think. We worry, are they going to think I'm an idiot? Or me getting on here talking about this? Are people going to think I'm crazy? But here's the thing that I do know. People will notice for a few minutes. But I know this video, this Tribe video right here that's in this description, if you are a person trying to go online, it will literally rock your world. It's going to change your life if you take action. And I know firsthand from me and a ton of my other friends in the creative space. Tamara Bennett, she has over 500 people now in her membership. Christy Hawkins, she has a ton. I think she has over 200 in hers. Ashley says you're good crazy. Yeah, I'm definitely crazy. You can probably see all my crazy notes on here. Casey Hope, oh my gosh, Sarah has, I think, almost 1,000 people now in her box subscription. It is insane to watch all of my online friends now just explode. And that's the thing. I think that's the exciting part. You have to stop looking at like, I don't have an email list like Heidi, or I don't have an email list like so-and-so, or I don't have a way to do this. Instead of saying that, do what I did to my husband. If I can find out a way, if I can find this out, if I can find out a way to make this happen, or, stuff's coming up with my launch and I need more money for Facebook ads. Well, guess what? I'm not going to go, I don't have enough money for it. I am generating money. I am creating paint parties. I am making paint parties happen, because I know a paint party can bring me $1,000 easy. So I am making paint parties happen. I'm booking them. I'm making sure that they come through so that I can have plenty of money for what I need for my business. So I think it's really, really important that you stop thinking about, oh, I don't have this, or I don't have that, or I can't do this, or I can't do that. Because here is the thing, guys. Study, like, figure it out. And this workshop is so insanely, I don't even know how to describe it. Just the workshop alone, people have taken this free workshop and launched a beta membership from the free workshop and have made money from that. So even if you don't end up going through the Tribe course, which those of you that are thinking of going through the tribe course, make sure you use my link when you enroll, because I have something really cool. I'm going to have a meeting just for y'all and teach you the way that I ended up getting, just in a couple hours, over 6,000 views on my one of my painting videos, which led to over 200 new emails just in one night. Right now it's only 2 weeks in, and I have over 33,000 views on that video. So it's crazy how things can happen really fast when you're aligned with the right strategies. Again, I used to have just my mom and my grandma literally on my Facebook Lives. That was pretty much all. My mom's one of my biggest fans, and she would be on my Facebook Live, and that was it. And I'd have to sometimes pretend like I was not just talking to my mom, you know? But now it's crazy. I'll do a Facebook Live and several people will show up. And then within a couple of hours, you know, it's been seen by 500 people. So it is crazy what can happen. It's crazy. And I know I talk openly about God a lot, and I see Ashley just said, and aligned with God, girl. Melanie, you're inspiring me as always, Heidi. Thank you. It's crazy how when you expect miracles and you ask God for opportunities, he shows you. And that has been my biggest thing. This year, my word has been obedience. I've been trying to follow God. Anytime I hear something I don't want to do, I still do it, even though sometimes I really don't want to do it. And the thing that has really been great is, you know, having these big goals and expecting miracles, but not just expecting them the first time I try it, knowing that the faster I fail, the faster I can get there. So when I first started doing my membership, I thought, man, if I could just get 20 people, like if I could just get 20 people and help them and teach them and understand what I'm doing and learn this, then, you know, I ended up with 58 the first time. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. And the whole time I never thought of that as my end game. Still to this day, you know, we're at almost 200 members. And I don't think of that. Like, the more resources I'm allowed, the more resources I can give to them. For example, you know, I hired somebody to help make the videos better. You know, I can hire different things to make things better. I can bring in more guests, stuff like that, that I just want to like pour into my membership, is because when my membership grows, then I have more capabilities to make it even more better. I don't think more better is a word. Is it more better? Awesome. I can make it more awesome for them. So the whole thing is, you know, I remember this last launch in January, and it's like if everything kind of, you know, finally went together, and it was like the easiest launch I'd done, and I had the most people sign up. I think we had 68 more sign up that launch. And I looked at my husband and I was like, oh my gosh, I finally figured it out. Like, here we are almost 5 years in, and I finally figured it out. And I have to attest most of that to Stu McLaren, because I finally had a path. I finally knew like what I was doing, how I was talking online, who I was talking to when I got online. Where before I was kind of a basket case. You know, I might be painting something, but I wasn't sure which audience I was talking to. I wasn't sure, you know, how to talk on a Facebook Live, all of those things. But then it was something about like all the training I had done previously, then put into this with Tribe, there was something different. And I looked at my husband and I was like, man, I had like tears in my eyes, and I was like, this is just the beginning. Like, this is the beginning. And he looked at me and he was like, you know, because if you're not an entrepreneur, you don't understand. He looked at me and he's like, the beginning? You've been at this for a while. And I said, no, that's not what I mean. What I mean is, this is just the beginning. Like, I finally figured it out. And that's, guys, those of you that are out there and you're thinking like, I want to do this online thing, but I feel like it's too overcrowded. That is a lie. Oh my gosh, with 7.5 billion people in the world, and how many do you want in your membership? Like, my goal is 500. You know, right now I'm at 200 in just 1 year. So how many do you want in your membership? You don't need 7.5 billion people. I mean, I wouldn't even know how to handle 1,000 people at this point in my life. You just need a few to have a good, stable income coming in every month that you can really help these people. So I don't know about y'all, but you know, tell me if you want to tell me in the comment, that would be awesome. Ashley says, my hubby is listening to the podcast with me and I'm getting him to listen to the free tribe thing so he can really see how much it means to me. He's seeing it. Yeah, I should have done that. Ashley, I was not that smart. I should have done that because he didn't really, I don't think he really got it until this last launch in January. And now he's like, oh my gosh, Heidi, I can't believe this, you know? He also did a job change and we had a few extra weeks without a paycheck from him. And it was crazy because it didn't affect anything, which normally it would be like, oh my gosh, we can't eat this month, or, you know, we'd be scrounging, and it didn't affect anything at all. And he was able to change jobs from a job where he had full benefits for all of us. And we would have never, ever even thought about that before, but he changed jobs. He's doing exactly what he wants to do. So he doesn't have the benefits. So we're taking parts of his money and parts of my money and putting it together for our insurance plans. But all the stuff that we would have never even dreamed of or thought of before wouldn't have been an option. So Elizabeth says, what about if you know you want to do the membership thing, but not quite sure what to offer yet? Elizabeth, that video in the description is going to help you because there's like a quiz that he has with it, and it starts to get you thinking about what you can offer. Because there's a lady who, I mean, she's rocking it. She has like a hula hoop membership. There's so many like random things that people have memberships for. So you might think like, oh, mine won't work. But then right there's someone else that has one that's so totally off the wall that you would think would never be something and is making a ton of money. What I do recommend is don't make something that's so complicated nobody understands what you're offering. So for example, I teach women how to make money teaching paint parties. That's what I do. Like, you know, I'm not selling to everybody. I'm not selling to, you know, people who want to learn how to do murals. And I've had people message me, hey, could you help me teach me how to sell fine art? That is not my specialty. I cannot teach you that. But I can teach you how to market, how to sell a paint party, how to have a paint party, how to teach a paint party, how to get prepaid seats. I mean, I know it like the back of my hand because that's all I do every day. So make sure it's something simple. Don't put a bunch of fancy words just trying to sound like, I don't know. Sometimes people drive me nuts online. Do y'all get these people sometimes that are, they talk so, I don't want to say wishy-washy, but they talk so all over the place that by the time they've done explaining what they do, I'm confused. I don't even know what they said. Like, and I used to be this person. I remember when I first started teaching paint parties, one lady asked me, she said, oh, so what do you offer? And I, for 20 minutes, tried to tell her I teach paint parties to large groups. I didn't say it like that. I teach paint parties to ladies of 10 to 200 people, step by step. I didn't say it like that. I went so far around what I was teaching that the lady just walked out of the room and like, okay. I mean, you could tell she was like about to have a brain aneurysm because she did not know what the heck I was talking about. So what I do recommend is do the workshop, because as you do the workshop, which the link is in the comments, not the comments, the link is in the description. Do the workshop, because as you start to do that, you're going to have like a flood of ideas. So for example, I have 15 things I want to do. I mean, I'm working on something really cool right now that I can't tell you about. I have told Paint Party Headquarters, but I can't tell y'all about it yet. Actually, I'm working on 2 really awesome things right now that will be, one's going to be released at the end of May that y'all will know more about, and then one's going to be released probably this summer, but I can't tell y'all about it yet because, again, if I start to confuse everybody with what's going on, you have to be known for one thing. Once people know, hey, go to Heidi because she knows how to teach people how to make money teaching paint parties, then once, you know, they know me, like Tangela knows me, Ashley knows me, you know, they know that, yes, I teach that, but I also know bam, 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 all these other things too. But you can't be confusing to your audience. Tangela says, I want to do a membership, but maybe with a follow along paint or an art box. Yeah, that's awesome. So a lot of people are doing successful. A lot of people are doing, my friend Christy Hawkins has a very successful, Tamara Bennett, again, another one, Casey Hope, all of them, guys, I'm telling y'all, they're doing, you know, calligraphy and step-by-step acrylic painting and door hangers, all of those things, and are having great success. Emily says, it isn't just Stu, it is you, Heidi. Oh, your wonderful personality draws people to you. Emily, you're going to make me cry. Don't make me cry. Thank you for saying that. Ashley says, I've had tears many times in the past week. Happy tears. Ashley, that's when you know you got to go this route. When you are watching this video, and I'm going to cry again, I'm going to try not to. When you are watching these videos and you feel it in your gut and you're like, this is the next step. My husband said to me, he's like, you can learn this on your own. You can figure it out. And I said, yeah, I can, but it's going to take me years. Why not take a 6 to 8 week course and learn it the way I'm supposed to learn it and implement it the way I'm supposed to implement it and have success? So here I am a year later. I could be in the same position I was last year and going, hitting my head against the wall and, not knowing what to do, struggling, not even able to help people like these wonderful people, Ashley and Christina and Tangela in Paint Party headquarters because I couldn't figure it out. But now I can, there's people in there and I can help them because I invested in myself and I took the risk and I betted on myself because I knew in my gut. Now, if you're watching this and you're like, this is crazy and I don't know what she's talking about, this isn't for you. It's totally not for you. But if you're like, man, this sounds interesting, just watch the video. I mean, do the free series. Even if you don't do the course, do the free series. There is so much to be said for somebody who has, just like me offering Paint Party headquarters. People can figure out everything for themselves. But the reason Paint Party headquarters is valuable is because they get every month a painting I am currently using that's on trend, that is making me money along with a lot of them money. And every single month, it's saving them time. It's saving them hassle of having to figure things out. And they're getting the newest marketing trends, the marketing packs. They're getting social media hacks. Oh my gosh. If 7 years ago, somebody would have been like, yeah, pay me this small fee monthly and I will give you rights and I'll give you advice and I'll give you tips. Are you freaking kidding me? Yes, I would have totally signed up. I would have fast-tracked my Paint Party success way faster. Instead, I was just trying to figure it out. So yes, I had success, but there were so many times when I didn't know what to do and I was just trying to figure it out and I'd be in tears and, I always laugh and, I wouldn't laugh at the beginning, but I would be like, oh, you're only as good as your last paint party. That's how I used to feel. Like, man, I was a rock star. I had 75 people last week and this week a paint party canceled. Like, what is wrong with me? And then we take ourselves into this self-doubt of like, oh, I can't do it. I'm not good enough, right? Well, now that I've been on that roller coaster and I know how to make it smooth, I'm like, no, guys, this is how it is. And I think there's something to be said for people who are ahead of the game light years. So Stu McLaren is ahead of the game light years. And why not use that experience and make your stuff be way more successful, way faster, and not have all of that pain of trying to figure it out? So when my husband said that, I'm like, yeah, I could listen to some podcasts and splice stuff together, but it's going to take me years. And I can guarantee you, if I wouldn't have done that free workshop last year, I would not be sitting here talking to y'all right now with almost 200 people in the membership, about to hit the 1 year, which we're having a birthday party. So mark your calendar. And Mother's Day, we're having a big birthday party celebration that night. But I wouldn't be here saying like, it works, because it really, really works. Ashley says, mine said, oh, good. The faster you get this going, the faster I can work for you. Bobby has said that too. I'm like, I don't know. I've hired 5 other people, like not full time, but 5 other people to help me with different things. Because here's the thing too, guys. All those people that I've hired, like you might say, oh my gosh, I can't believe she's hired 5 people. They're all contracts. So they're, people that I'm hiring for just a certain amount of hours a week. Now, here's the thing about that. I would rather make a little less money and still have time to breathe and still have time to go to the Renaissance Fair this weekend and still have time to do the things I want to do with my family and my friends versus me every day working 16 to 18 hours a day. Like, as you start to grow your business, yes, you learn all of these things and it's awesome. Like I can do my own Facebook ads, but I wanted to make sure this launch was on point and everything was good. So based on what I've heard from Stu and learning, like I know what I need. So instead of me, making all of that money, I would rather allot a percentage and have people who are more skilled at it to do it. So for example, one of my friends, Brendan, she is amazing at YouTube. She still has a YouTube channel. Her and her family moved to Mexico, and she does like these YouTube videos on her experience in Mexico and Americans moving to Mexico and all of these things. Anyway, she is massively successful at it. Well, I'm not the best at YouTube. Like I can do a Facebook Live. I'm not really good at, I just pick the thumbnail. I don't really, go into much detail because again, I'm busy. Like I want to work with Paint Party headquarters more than I want to edit a YouTube video. So I hired her, and now like I'm looking at my YouTube and I'm like, oh my gosh, she did way better than I could have ever done. But if I would have been this perfectionist or no, nobody else can touch it but me, I'm the only one that's good at it, she's actually doing stuff way better than I would have ever thought. Yes, I'm not making near as much money. However, I would much rather have her do that and me be able to focus on serving the people in my membership and talking to them than to sit here and put all of my efforts and drain all of my energy. Ashley says there's a lady with, so your first unassisted pull-up membership. Yes. Yes, there is everything out there. It is insane. And again, make sure you use my link to watch the video number 2. If you do decide to be a part of the tribe workshop, if you use my link to sign up, I'm just going to put it out there. And if you use my link to sign up, I am going to do a call with y'all and actually teach you exactly how I got all of those video views, which I was able to run a Facebook ad to and get over 200 emails just in one day. Just so you know, I am getting almost 100 new emails every single day based on a Facebook ad I'm doing. So I'm going to be sharing that with y'all. So those of you that are like, I don't have a list, I don't know how to make a list. I know how, and I can teach you. Okay, so Ashley says, I'm glad you have multiple ideas. Give me hope. Oh my gosh, Ashley. I have just an entire poster board of things that I want to do, and I had to just write it all down, almost like word vomit, all on a poster, and I had to put it away. Because here's the thing, we have to be highly focused on something so that we can really exceed at it. And the tribe launch, all of that, I mean, it just, the timing ended up being the week before Paint Party headquarters, but it's just so valuable. And so many of you in Paint Party headquarters have been asking for like the next step and have really been asking questions. So I just want y'all to have this opportunity. I didn't want a year to pass by for those of you that are ready for this next step. Elizabeth says, I can't wait till Mother's Day. 2 weeks is too long. Yeah, and Elizabeth, this Thursday, I have a free workshop called the Paint Party Revolution that's coming out that's going to help you so much. So watch your inbox for that. Nana says, so just do one membership at a time. Yes. So Nana, as you get going with the membership, you want to do just one to get it off and rolling. However, my friend Sarah, who has almost 1,000 people in one of her memberships, she has 2 different memberships, and she has a box subscription. So she has a t-shirt club, and then she also has a monogram box subscription. So I think she has 300 in one of them and almost 1,000 in another. She had no email list last year. This is the craziest part. She had no email list last year. She has a brick and mortar. She has a boutique, and then she also teaches paint parties 1 or 2 nights a week. She actually had to stop teaching paint parties the whole first 2 weeks of the month so that she can get all of the box subscriptions out. So she has a whole team of people that helps her, and it is insane how fast she is growing. I think about, next year where she's going to be. It's so insane. So yeah, I would start with one. That's very important to put all your energy in one. I'm actually, me and a friend of mine, a partner, we're opening up a Shoestring Budget Marketer membership this summer but we are strategically doing it. So we're coming together, two forces, and doing this together. But some people may have heard of it, months ago. We were in the process and we've been working on it. But it's not something we just want to throw out there and hope works. We want to make sure it's right, especially since I've had so much time to learn this year. So I would focus on one at a time. Hey, John from Houston. Oh, Christina says, very valuable. That's awesome. Okay, Ashley says, well, you're also helping others by employing them. Share the wealth. You both win. That's how I feel. There's a lot of times people say, like, you can, hire people for $2 an hour here and there. And that's fine. However, I would much rather, if I know it's like, for example, I've hired, it used to be a fellow teacher of mine. I hired her to do, just a few hours a week to do some work on some social media stuff for me. And I would much rather pay her like, $15 an hour versus, paying somebody that I don't even know. Like, I would love to just pay somebody that I do know and they're needing just some extra money. So I think it's really cool that we don't try to just keep it all for ourselves. I mean, the whole point of making money is to not be this crazy, Scrooge that doesn't want to share, right? So my goal is, even when I do big paint parties, I'd rather hire extra people that help me. First off, it makes it way easier and you're not totally drained. Secondly, it gives them a chance to make extra money. A lot of times I hire Pixie, and now I'm hiring some of Pixie's friends. They're messaging me, hey, Miss Easley, because I used to be their art teacher. Hey, Miss Easley, do you have a job for me? Can I work for you? And I'm like, Pixie, do you want the job or not? I got so-and-so that's wanting the job. So it's just a way to give back and to have, other people learn, entrepreneurial skills that might not have a full-time job. So there's so many different things like that. My hubby is an editor, so I'm lucky in that area. Ashley, that is great news. Man, my husband can do that too, but man, he's a perfectionist. So we're total opposites. I'm one of those, like, I'll do it and try it and fail and do it again, try it and fail and do it again, try it and fail. Like, I just keep getting back up. Like, I'm like that doll that you hit and it just keeps going. But my husband is he's very, very perfectionist, which is good. It's a good balance because, we're kind of opposites. But yeah, if you're a perfectionist, like, you have got to get over the fact of, like, just making it perfect. You just have to go for it. Another thing I wanted to tell y'all, so many people think, like, if I'm going to start a membership, I have to have, this system to make this work or this system to make this work. I'm going to be really honest with you right now. I am in some memberships that have those heavy duty systems, and I don't think I've ever logged into them. I use email and I use a Facebook group with units, and that's how I organize everything. And this summer I'm going to be restructuring all that, so it's a lot easier for my members to use. But the reason I'm telling you that is because a lot of times we think we have to have everything right. I got to buy this system to buy this system, or I got to have 15,000 people to make this happen. That is all what you're telling yourself. I am a year in and I'm still only using email and Facebook. And I have used Zoom a few times, but here's the funny thing. When I do a video on Zoom, hardly any of my members watch it. When I do a Facebook Live, they all watch it. It's because it's convenient. They're used to, maybe they're, watching their son's game or whatever, and they have a timeout and they're just sitting there. They can easily click on me because it says Heidi's live or whatever the case is. So I think a lot of times we make it way too complicated. Another thing I just want to say is, somebody said the other day, it was in the comments, and I just want to speak to this. So somebody said, well, how do you get Facebook traffic, or how do you get people if you don't have anybody? And somebody said, well, I use, a webinar, or I use targeted Facebook ads, or I use this or that. And that person every time said, well, I don't have any money to use Facebook ads. And then the other person gave a reason, like, well, you could do this. And they're like, well, I don't have this because I'm this and I can't work that long. And then somebody else gave another reason why they could do it. And then, oh, but I can't do that. I have this. And I just, like, in the past, I might have responded to that person and been like, believe in yourself a little bit. Like, come on. But when somebody has that attitude of, like, there's no way ever, it doesn't work ever, that's them. They got to see past that. You're probably on right now because there's a way. You see the potential. You see all of the things that can happen. the other people that are just like, they're immediately saying no. They're immediately saying that can't happen. My thing is okay, I want to up my Facebook ads for this next, 2 weeks while I'm heading into Paint Party headquarters. How can I make more money to up my Facebook ads? Like that is how I think. Not, oh my gosh, I can't pay Facebook ads, or no, that doesn't work, because what I've seen is that people who come in contact with me, or they find me on Facebook, or they see one of my paintings, what's happening is most people are, I've been watching. So when people sign up for Paint Party headquarters, they've known me less than a month. And they've subscribed to everything I give for free. My free ebook, they give, instead of paying for that, they get it for free. They've subscribed to how to find the customers. They've gone to my YouTube and watched all of them. They've done all of these things. And then usually they've bought and they've only known me for 30 days. And so I'm like, well, if people have only known me for 30 days and they're buying Paint Party headquarters and they're staying in, what does that tell me? I need to have some Facebook ads, right? So instead of me being like, I can't figure it out, well, how can I make some money? We all find money for what we want. We all know what our goal is. I used to talk to anybody and everybody about my dreams. I used to, talk to whoever. I actually filter myself in front of certain people because I know they don't understand. I know they have no idea what's in this brain, which, I know it's crazy. It's an artsy brain, but they have no idea where my goals are. They have no idea what I see and what I can accomplish. But I do. I know God has miracles. I know God, I expect miracles. I pray every day for God to show me opportunities. And so when I am seeing those opportunities and I feel it in my gut and I know that's what I'm supposed to do, I take action because I've been praying for opportunities. And that's what I do every time. So yes, I've failed many times. If you have been following me, you have seen me fail many times. But guys, this workshop has totally changed my life. If you're just curious, spend 20 minutes, watch the video. It's in the link in the description. But what I can tell you is that, guys, there's so much out there. And like I said, we are on the very, very front of all of this happening. The very front. People say, oh, it's busy out there. People are on Facebook doing lives and they don't even have strategy behind it. They're just doing lives to do lives. They're thinking, oh, if people see it, then they'll do lives. No, there is a whole system. There is a whole process of everything. Every live has a specific thing. For example, this live is to have you get onto video 2 so that you can watch it, be inspired, see what the possibilities are. But if you're like that lady that every single comment, she has a thing that says no. Well, no, I can't do that. Well, no, I can't do that. Every time. I just want to shake her and be like, are you serious? What can you do? There's so many possibilities. Why would you limit yourself? Why would you put all of that on you and just say no? Another comment that was said, somebody said, oh, this traffic. And they said, well, organic traffic is the best. You know what I have to say to that? You're going to think I'm stupid. But who cares what traffic it is? Who cares if it's organic? Who cares if it's paid? We are in a different world today. I got my vein popping out. I'm so passionate about this. Guys, it's great. I mean, you can be the best at anything, but if you can't get people to see you, it does not matter. You can be the best painter in the world. You can be the best self-help guru in the world. But if you can't get seen in front of people, it does not matter. And I'm not trying to be rude. Organic traffic is amazing, yes. But if you don't know how to take that organic traffic and create an ad or retarget, an ad for lookalikes or any of that stuff, you're only going to be seen by so many people. That is the way of business nowadays. You may say it's not fair. You may say it sucks. But I'm telling you right now, Facebook marketing is still free until you pay for the ads, right? It's a free way to promote all of your stuff. And so many people, they get in their mind about, well, this isn't fair, that isn't fair. My thing is they change the algorithm. I am the first one to try to figure out what they changed so I can adapt my stuff to still make it work. Because again, guys, this is all still brand new to the world. Try talking to a friend right now about the workshop you just watched, and they're going to glaze over. Try it. Watch this workshop. It's in the link. And then watch their face glaze over. That's when you know you're onto something new. That's when you know that you're onto something that is brand new that people are doing, and it's popping up everywhere. And people are making a lot of difference in their lives for this. Nana says, attitude is everything. When there's a will, there's a way. Yes. Nana says, my words for the year is God's will. Hey, Mindy. Oh, my sweet friend. She says, hi, sweet friend. I've seen this work for you. Yes. And I'm telling you, I was at Mindy's house not too long ago, like in tears, thinking, you know, I'm just going to stop. Like, I can't do this anymore. It's not going to work. You know, all of these things, all of these doubts. And I remember her saying, no, you can't stop. And I remember my parents being like, no, Heidi, give it like 5 more years. I'm like, I can't give it 5 more years. Like, really, I got to go get a normal job. And then when I finally got it out of my head that, okay, you know, this is what I'm doing and I'm going to make it work. That's when I just pretended like I was a college student and studied like crazy and took ownership instead of waiting for, you know, somebody to interview me on a podcast or somebody to, you know, hope that's my big next thing, right? I used to think, oh my gosh, if so-and-so would just, you know, do an interview with me, or if I could get this person to interview, like that would be the big break. Or if I could just get on so-and-so's podcast, that would be the big break. And then I realized like, no, like pray and expect miracles and just do the best that you can. Do what you're really good at and keep doing it and show up consistently doing what you're really good at. Like take ownership of your learning. Take ownership of what you're doing. And then when you have those opportunities to serve 200 awesome women in Paint Party headquarters like I am, do the very best you can for them because they deserve it. And they make money whenever I'm successful, they're successful. Whenever they're teaching paint parties, they're making money for their family. And I'm able to share more marketing tips and help them more and be out there doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So it's so important to be able to know your role in this and take ownership and not have that, oh, poor pitiful me, I have no emails or I don't have anybody on my Facebook. Everybody started from zero, everybody. The question is where do you want to be this time next year? That's really the question. And it's okay. It is totally fine if this isn't for you. That is fine. Not everybody is meant to do this. However, if you feel it in your gut, you know it's meant for you. If you're just curious, check it out. Check it in the description. Check that link. Deline says, Vicky, thank you for the info. You're welcome. And check out that link. It has been so exciting to see you and Tamara become so successful. Oh, thank you so much. And it's been so much fun. I think that's been the coolest thing too is, I was at lunch with my mother-in-law the other day and, you know, we're working on something again. I can't tell y'all until the end of May, but we're working on something really big and Paint Party headquarters knows. So do not tell Paint Party headquarters, do not tell something cool coming. And we were working on it and she had her laptop up and I dumped out a big old bag of Sharpies. I had like 45 different color Sharpies and we were at this restaurant and she was laughing at me. She's like, are you serious? I'm like, that's how I work. I need Sharpies and paper. And so it was cool because we were just talking about like the whole past year and how things have totally changed. And we were talking about how I was like, yeah, the whole experience of it has been so cool. Not just, you know, I want to get to 500 members. Yes, that's my goal. But the whole experience of just how awesome it is to just be creating this and doing this and every day getting up and solving these problems and helping these ladies and just the whole experience of it has been unreal. And I think that's where you have to remember too, it's not just about like the end goal. You have to be able to enjoy life every day while you're going through it. And I think that's the most fun part is because I finally figured out like, this is really fun. You know, now that it's not so stressful, now that I'm not in such a survival mode of, I can't get my bills paid. oh my gosh, that party got canceled. Oh my gosh, oh, this party was great. Now I'm good. And now me and, my family go on a shopping spree at Marshall's. We love Marshall's. Instead of like that kind of feast and famine of all time, like sometimes we're like rock stars and other time. I mean, does anybody relate to that? Like you have a big paint party and you're like, man, I'm a rock star and I have all this extra money. And then, the painting that you thought was going to happen didn't come through. And then you're like, well, I really should have kept some of that money from that real big paint party. That's why I tell my members to have a creative account. So you transfer money over. So it's just so it can go, that roller coaster effect. And I think once I finally, got to this place where like, okay, it's okay. And I can make this happen and I can grow this. I can still do my paint parties and I can still help these women, have successful paint parties themselves. Once I got to that place, it's like everything became just so much more fun. Not that it wasn't fun before, but it did have, some stress attached to it. Now it's just this different layer of like, I don't know, it's more of like just this fun creation layer of like just being at lunch the other day with my mother-in-law with all my 45 Sharpies blown all over the table and just, pouncing out ideas and adding these elements that we know are going to be amazing for y'all. Just all of this really cool stuff happening. And there wasn't a stress of like, can I pay this check? Can I make sure I have enough money in the account to make sure I have for the restaurant today? It's just a crazy different feeling. Ashley says, fear is a liar. Yes, ma'am. That is so true. Where's the link? I don't see it on the bottom. So the link, I'm going to try to put it here. If you don't see it, oh, there it is. Okay. So go to the link here and I'm going to pin it. This link is going to get you access to video 2. If you've not seen video 1 yet, make sure you watch video 1 and video 2. Video number 3 will be released on Thursday, and that's it. Like, he does 1 week of these videos once a year. So if you're just curious at all, check him out. And then if you do decide you are going to take the Tribe course, which I highly recommend, make sure you use my link. So if you have questions, just message me, but make sure you use my link because I'm going to show you how to get how to do that Facebook thing that got me all of those views. Like I said, 2 hours, I had over 6,000 views. After I've thrown ad money to it, now I'm at over 33,000 views, which led to just in 1 day, over 200 new email opt-ins of highly targeted people. So if you need some assistance on that, I'm going to be doing a free bonus training for people who sign up for the Tribe course using my link. So if you're interested in that at all, make sure you use my link and to sign up, and then you're going to get that extra bonus with me. Ashley says, I need a shirt that says pray and expect miracles. Yeah, we need a shirt like that. Okay, so Ashley says, so if I already watched the video and I'm already in, do I still click here and watch again for you? I really want your Facebook tip. Yes, Ashley, you totally need my Facebook training that I'm going to do. It's going to be like probably an hour to 2 hour long training. Go ahead and click my link, but just make sure, because I know you're purchasing the Tribe course, just make sure when you purchase the Tribe course, you get the link that's my link, okay? And then that way it's going to notify them, and then I'll get a list of everybody so that I can make sure that you get the free Facebook training that I'm going to give y'all. And that's basically going to include how I did that. Again, guys, I used to be all over the place, like I said, with just one viewer, and we all have to start somewhere. So you do all have to start somewhere. However, there are tips that will help you speed up the process, just like anything. We go buy a book. Oh, do you keep clicking and nothing happens? Let me see. Just like anything, I think sometimes we take books for granted. I know I do not, because I always teach Pixie. I'm like, our big goal for her was like, obviously learn to read. But then our big goal since she was in kindergarten is to have her fall in love with reading, because we know if she's ever in a bind, she can go pick up a book and figure it out. I have learned so much through books, and some of the books that I read today are totally helping me with everything I'm doing. So the biggest thing is we sit here and we think, oh, that book's $10 or $15. Well, they've just put decades of knowledge and condensed it down for you. And a lot of these books literally give you like the exact, I've taken books, highlighted stuff, and then immediately implemented it and had success. So I think sometimes we think, oh my gosh, we shouldn't do that, or we should do that. You know, there's so many times when people have condensed decades of knowledge into, you know, something that we think, oh, I don't want to pay for that. But really, people, like, for example, my Facebook Lives, you know, it took a while. I mean, I've been doing Facebook Lives since they pretty much opened up Facebook Lives. Yeah, pretty much since they have. And again, I've been trial and error, figuring it out one person at a time. Now I know how to, you know, do a Facebook Live, get a call to action, make it happen, then retarget, and then do a lookalike audience. All of those things that help your emails go up. Again, you want to make sure you're getting emails. So I'm going to talk all about that. Nana says, I keep getting nothing. Let me see. I'm going to check real quick. Any last questions before I go? Because I'm going to be switching gears, and we are all about Paint Party Headquarters. Because we are about to open up the doors for our 1-year anniversary. And this will be the last time we have it at this price. I'm going to up the price when I open it in fall. So I really want those of you that are interested to get in, because the price will go up when I open back up in September. And again, those of you that don't know what that is, it's basically, oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, it's working. Try to click, maybe copy and paste it. Did you click the bottom one, Nana? Try that one, because it's coming up. Okay, so I'll show you here. Okay, so here is this. This is me live right now. It's just a little bit of a delay. And if you click on here, let me see if it'll work. And then I'll show you that Facebook thing real quick so y'all know what I'm talking about. Oh, thanks, Chris. Okay, so he's telling me I won't be able to click on it until the live's over. Let me see if this one will let me. Oh, there we go. Okay, so if you click on the one that's pinned, let's see if it goes to it. And if you haven't already registered, you'll see it. You'll see where you have to register now, and then it should come up. And then if for some reason it is not coming up, just go ahead and email help. Let me make sure I have the right email. Hold on, guys. Let me switch for a second. Let me make sure I'm giving you the right email. Just make sure whenever you email them, it's going to be, and then I'll show you all that Facebook thing. Okay, it's help. I'm going to put it in the comments, Nana, for you and anybody else. help@tribehub.com. Okay, so if you do help@tribehub.com, and then just tell them that Heidi Easley, you can send them that link. Say this link isn't working, but I want to see the videos. They will get it to you probably tonight, if not first thing in the morning. So here's what I was going to show you about getting the emails. So here's the thing, guys. And for those of you that do end up signing up for the Tribe course and you sign up with my link, this was 20 days ago, 33,000 views and 609 comments. So I am every day getting new emails from many videos. So that video, this one, I'm not running any ads to it, but there's 3.5 thousand views 27 days ago. And let me show you my newest one that I'm getting about, so every day I'm getting new emails for my ebook, but then I'm doing this, I'm doing something crazy. I'm doing this crazy $200 kind of just in the 1-year anniversary. And so this one has, let's see, 2.8 thousand views. And I just did this one on the 23rd. So today's the 29th. So what's that? 23rd, 24th, 25th, 5 days? 5 days. So that one is 5 days old, and I have 130 people that have liked or comment, 184 comments, 51 shares, and 2.8 thousand views, and just in 5 days. And I'm getting right now about 70 to 100 new emails a day. I just launched a Mermaids Only event. I'm so excited. So Paint Party Headquarters is going to have access to this tutorial. it's coming. So those of you in Paint Party headquarters, be ready because this is coming your way. And then let me show you another one. Oh, isn't that pretty? Let me see some of my other videos. So I can just show y'all that it's not just like a one-time thing. So this one I did a month ago, and it has 7.5 thousand views, 136 comments. So I'm still getting emails every day from this video. So that's the thing. Once you figure out who you're talking to, so this video, there I am. This video is 4 months old and has 23,000 views, 300 comments. So this one I just have a little bit of money going towards. But again, with that technique I'm going to show you, for those of you that use my link to sign up for the tribe course, if you decide to, first I want you to take the, your first step is to watch. So let me give you your steps real quick because I don't want you to be confused. Your first step is to watch the video that's in the link, okay? So if for some reason you cannot get that first video, I want you to email help@tribehub.com and tell them you're trying to use Heidi Easley's link. That way it'll show me that you went through my link. So that's the first step. So second step, you need to watch those videos. They're only available this week. That's it, this week. Whether you're curious, whether you know for sure, you know, whatever it is, whether you just want to do the free workshop and get a few tips, a few marketing tips, whatever it is, just watch those videos. Do not put them off till next week because they won't be there, y'all. I'm telling y'all, it's once a year. So that's step number 2. And then step number 3. If you are like, hey, I want to do this. I don't want to wait another year. I'm excited. This sounds like perfect. This is what I've been looking for. Again, it has totally changed the way I do business. And it has totally helped not only my family, but the people that I'm able to help in Paint Party headquarters. And if you are wanting to use my link to sign up, then you have to use my link. So make sure, if you're not sure what my link is, make sure you get my link. You can message me if you need to, and I will have a Facebook training that shows you how I ended up getting all of those likes. So I'm going to show you step by step what I did, okay, how I got it set up, and what I did to make all that happen, because I used to not be able to do that. Again, I was the one with my mom and my grandma watching me. Hi, you know, I was like, hello, you know, just talking to my mom and my grandma every time, which I love them dearly and very excited. They're big fans, but it's like, they're not buying. My mom and my grandma are not buying, you know. So you got to find the right people. So I hope this helps you. And if you have more questions, just type them in. I'll try to check this. Ashley says, I want to be like you when I grow up. Wait, we're the same age. Still want to be like you. I know, we're going into 40. Are you going into 42? I'm going into 40. Not 42, but 40. I'm going into 40 this year. I'm so excited. I feel like, you know, I've finally getting stuff figured out. So my 20s were a disaster. Not total disaster. I had Pixie, but they were a blur. A lot of blurs happening in my 20s. And 30s, they were way better. And now I feel like 40s are going to be even better. So anyway, I hope this helps y'all. Again, let me know if you have questions. And, ooh, February. Yes, we will be the same age. All right, guys, if y'all have any questions, let me know.